So here we have a Brute lawnmower. I'll show you guys what it's doing. It's giving us a no compression symptom. Handles down. There's zero compression. Could be causing this. One, the easiest is a blown head gasket can cause a no compression situation like this. The second one could be a valve seat that let go. Now the third one is the rings themselves could be worn to the point where there is no compression at all happening inside of the cylinder. You guys enjoy my redneck mower hoist. It's a nice day outside, that's why I'm trying to work on the mower and back of the truck. No sense in hurting myself trying to load a heavy mower or lift it. The smaller ones are okay. As long as you lift with your legs, you're not going to really hurt yourself. That's how I load a heavier mower into the back of a truck. Just in case some of you guys are wondering. So let's go ahead and flip it around and see what we can get done. Now, in order to take the head gasket off, I'm going to have to pull the head off here. Disconnect some of this outer stuff is here as well. I'm going to have to take this cage off the exhaust. And I can't remember, I don't think there's anything else. There might be, but we'll get there as we do. I should probably drain the gas out of this thing, to be honest, but for the time being I'm just going to leave it in there. I'm not really too worried about that. First thing I'm going to do is go ahead and pull this cage off. There's a bolt here. There's a bolt right here. I'm going to pull that off. You guys don't really need to see that. Go ahead and get our spark plug out of the way. Still it back there. And I'm going to go ahead and pull this little cover here off as well. Okay, so now that I've got the gas tank pushed back a little bit, got the top cover off, got the cage off as well. Now I'm going to go ahead and remove our recoil starter. These aren't too hard to remove. There's just 4 bolts, 2 up front and then 2 in the back. It is worth noting that this lawnmower is from August 2011. At least that is when the motor was put together. This is only a 4-year-old lawnmower. Barely 4 years old. And go ahead and set this out of the way here. Had to get that off to get access to the top part of the head here. A little bit of dirt and dust. But my running guess right now is the fact that if I remember correctly, these 6 3/4 horse motors had issues with the valve seats letting go. So I don't know exactly what's going to be up with that, so let's go ahead and take this off really quick. Coming out easy, that's good. So now that that's out of the way, I might have to remove this. And I guess not. So, and yes, we do have a unseated valve here. I had a feeling that's exactly what that was. Now, like I was saying, these valve seats in these motors have a real knack for letting go like that. To reseat this valve seat properly, what I'm going to have to do is, I've already bent the 2 tabs here, but I'm going to have to remove the muffler here. And I do have 2 new bolts that aren't rusty, as well as a new retainer here that I will be replacing these rusty ones with. But I do have to take this muffler off and back and out of the way in order to get at the little valve cover that's inside there. I'll call it a valve cover. It's actually got a different name that I can't remember offhand, but it's about that big, and you'll be able to see it when I remove this. It's actually about 70 something degrees right now. Go ahead and move that one, this one. There we have our pieces for our auto choke. This is for the auto choke I'm just going to have to end up setting these aside. And it goes on like that. When the engine heats up, it adjusts your choke for your carburetor, just in case you guys wanted to know how these things worked. This is the little cover I was telling you guys about. Kind of a pain to deal with. We'll go ahead and remove it. Probably should clean it up a little bit, but oh well. There we have it. Actually, the valve seat, the retainer at the bottom there, is kind of caught to the side a little bit. Now it's a real pain in the ass. But you essentially have to use 2 screwdrivers to manipulate this valve spring in here. So you can get this little cap, you can see it on the other one, out of the way. And as you guys can see, I do need to replace this seal here as well. We have the valve out. This valve is bad. You guys can kind of see it's got some rainbow coloration on it. And on a valve, that means it burned up. This thing was actually kind of difficult to remove from the lawnmower. So unless I have another valve on hand, this mower really isn't worth too much more going further into it. So really, unless I can find a new valve for this thing, doesn't look like it's really worth too much for the time being, unfortunately. But we'll have to see. Anywho, hope you guys enjoyed this video. That's how you diagnose no compression in a Briggs 6 3/4 horse or 6 3/4 torque, as far as this one goes, lawnmower. You guys all stay classy.